What made you the main actor?
Well, I'm a trained actor. That's what I like to do. But then, where I was living in LA, most roles were written for white people. Basically, most of them are either written for white people or like really, really, really stereotypical Africans. So for me to break in that industry, I had to write my own material. So I became a writer. That way. So naturally, when the film was completed, I was going to be one of the actors in the film, not the lead role, the other role. Because the acting is my first passion, then writing, and then I do producing because that's how you make your own movies.
And how do you get connected to the rest of the team to be part in the film? How is it and how do you get connected?
Yeah, mostly I knew that I wouldn't have a lot of money. I mean, I would have some money, but I would not have a lot of money to hire like top Hollywood professional. But when I lived in Los Angeles, I realized there's a lot of people who are good, but they haven't reached that level yet, and I could able to afford. So I spent my years, most of my learning years, kind of just talking to a few people. Like the guy who I wrote the script with, I met him when I was selling my script, and he was selling his script, so we connected, stayed in touch, and he knew the producers. So basically, I just created a small network of people who are not at the top level, but who are very, very good. Because everybody goes to Los Angeles to try to break in the films. So what happens is that only few break in, and the rest, even though they're good, they're quite affordable because I knew this film was not going to be made by the Hollywood budget, it's going to be made somewhere.
And how easy was it for you to kind of incorporate with different personalities in the film? Because you also featured Mr. Chiro and some of the people coming from different parts of the world. How easy was it and how did you get that connection and make things happen?
I think I always think of that, and I think it's because I've been living in different countries, so I've met different kind of people from different kind of background. When you live in Russia, you meet different kind of people. When you live in Tanzania, you meet in the States. So basically, people who I've met had some sample of people I've met in the past. So I know exactly how to speak to an American, what is to expect of them in terms of professionalism. Then I know how to speak to Tanzanians, and I know Swahili. So basically, if you look at the people I recruited and the place that I went, it wouldn't be so difficult for me because I lived in LA. So when I employ somebody in LA, I know exactly what to expect of them. Come back to Tanzania looking for location, I know Swahili, I know the area. So basically, I didn't really go too far from my comfortability. I went within the realm of places I've been and people I've personally met.
We have a lot of challenges in the film industry in Tanzania. How do you assess the situation and what exactly do you think can be done to improve the situation?
Yes, and this is one of the reasons I made Going Bongo, because I remember when I was leaving the country, they had a film called Girlfriend, and it was quite stunning. I think it was good at the time. But when I came back, almost 8-9 years, and I've seen actually a film with the same actor, a couple of the same actor in another film, and it was quite bad. So it was quite shocking to me why, instead of going forward, because I had thought that from there we'll just kick on to make better films, but it didn't happen. So I researched why it was, and basically many factors of this, from shooting with a crew that's not a professional to shooting it in just a couple of days to many people not even caring about the films to begin with. So I wanted to make Going Bongo to sort of inspire local filmmaking, because I know it's not really their fault. So I wanted them to, there's many factors, there's financial factors, there's ignorance and all that, but if I can do a film that's above the level, it can help other films come up, or at least other films say, hey, we want to make a better film, give us more money or give us better actors. So people can be understood of what we're talking about, what can be done, because when people can see what can be done, they can strive to that, and that's what I'm hoping to.
And do you see hope in the film industry?
Actually, I kind of do, because it's not as fast, but things are kind of changing a little bit. I see budgets going up a little bit. I mean, Mr. Chilla probably knows better. I've met people here at ZIFF who are actually writing scripts, because when I came here, a script is one page, just explaining this guy, a guy and his wife are arguing. Okay, go. Then the guy just keeps repeating, my wife, my wife, my wife. I already know she's your wife. Don't tell me that again. Because we have no script. But now I met good people here at Maisha workshop. Yeah, I met a few guys from the Bongo movie who has been communicating with on Facebook. Some guy sent me a script yesterday. It was 10 pages, well written, you know, and I think so things are moving. Maybe not as fast, pole, but it's not as it used to be. I think people are starting to realize that we need to change certain things.